If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what are some evil traits of a sales manager or technician manager, and why do you need to know? Today, this is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So, you know, I like to believe that the bulk majority of society is really nice, really good people. And there's a small percentage out there that just tend to ruin it for everybody. So let me give you this caveat. A lot of tech managers and a lot of sales managers are fantastic, great people. Occasionally, that's not the truth. So I want to give you a couple of things to take a look and watch after, because some of these have happened to me and some of them happen to friends that I know. So number one, there are some managers out there that have it out for you, and they will pull reports one way for you and one way for everybody else. And the reason why they do this is they may have favorites, and they may have somebody that they really want to show off, and they may really want to push you into the ground. And so, you know, you don't always get to be in the conversations. You don't always get to be in the background. But I will tell you that some CRMs do allow for these shenanigans to happen where you're like, I know I'm doing better than this. And part of it is to make you feel bad. Part of it is to make their guy or their girl look like they're doing better. And you need to know, and it does happen. And this is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. Number two, there are times where sales managers and technician managers do play games with the leads that you get, okay? So let's say that as a department, you run 1,000 leads and there's 10 guys, 10 girls, 10 salespeople. And every one of those salespeople has gotten 100 leads. And, you know, they could break it down and say, hey, X amount of leads were ran by this salesperson. This is their closing rate. There was this many turnovers. There was this many systems over 12 years old. But at the end of the day, that really doesn't tell a story, right? You can lie with data. It's absolutely possible that you could lie with data. And so sometimes what will happen is a tech manager, a sales manager, they're worried about themselves. They're worried about their bragging rights at a bar. I've got a guy that does millions of dollars, right? It's not about you. It's about them. It's about everything that they want to do. And so there are times where they're scumbags. Number three, they may lie to you. They may lie to you about circumstances, about people, about situations, and try to build a team. I worked with a person that was one of these people that would go around and cause a bunch of problems and get people riled up and start a fight over here and then start a fight over here and then get those two sides to clash. So in the middle, they could be running around and doing circus games. Be aware of when people try to pull you onto their team, right? That manager over there is evil. That manager over there is evil. And I need you to back me up. Those are typically words that they use. And you got to be careful with that, because you may end up on the losing team and you had nothing to do with it, and you may be a pawn and not even know it. Number four, they just may cause trouble for you in the background. Oh, you know about that Scott Bell guy. You know what he's doing. You know what he's saying. Look at all the problems that he's creating. They may face-to-face looking at you, like right here, like real deal. They're like, I love you. But behind the scenes, they're not saying they love you. They're saying other things, and they're usually four-letter words, and they're not very nice. Number five, you have to be aware that some people are just evil, and they want to manipulate you to see you be hurt. They want to see you have all sorts of issues, just to see you struggle, just to see you have problems, and it makes no sense, right? And if you try to figure it out, it's like you're trying to make sense out of nonsense. It's not going to work. And there's times where you're like, I don't know what I did to this person. You're never going to find out, right? You're going to look for a reason. You're going to dig in this bucket of just garbage, and you're just going to keep coming up with, like, none of this makes sense. And if you're in a situation where, like, hey, none of this makes sense, it's probably not you, okay? It's probably some games that are being played with you, and you're like, what do I do? Well, you know your options. You could do nothing. You can put up with it, or you can find someone else that's going to love you for who you are, your skills, your talents, your capabilities, and everything you bring to the table. And number six, bonus number six, bonus. Sometimes it's a group of people. So, you know, if you work for a company where management has built teams, and for whatever reasons you ended up in the crosshairs because you're the flavor of the week to be yelled at, you have to be aware that sometimes, you can put up with it for a while, and then sometimes you can't. Now, just so you know, I am not a qualified attorney. If it does come down to questions for you asking about, hey, what do I do? Go seek some qualified help. Right? There's a lot of things that I do very well. I cook steaks, medium rare, perfect. I cook tacos amazingly. I sit on the beach and watch sunsets, fantastic. But what I'm not is an attorney. I don't know anything about that trade, so I'm not going to pretend to be one. There are evil technicians, managers. There are evil sales managers. And you need to know sometimes they play games with you. You got 1 or 2 things to do from here. Just 1 or 2. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says HVAC Technician Sales Secrets, send out another fantastic video, or hit follow. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.